Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about the Maven Collectibles Titan. I have both green and brown. I believe I got the Pro Deluxe. And I do want to say a special shout out and thank you to Sculpt Toys, because last year I was not able to order these as the Kickstarter went up. But I was very excited to try these out. So he did me the favor of ordering them for me, and I appreciate that. As soon as I was able to pay him off, I did. Otherwise, I would have completely missed out on these. So I do want to say thank you to him, and I appreciate you, brother. Yeah. These are dope. I have some issues with them. I want to say that they're minor because I am not a painter, so that's not why I pretty much got them. I do have ideas to have them customized. That is literally the plan for these. But it was funny because I wanted to play with them articulation wise because they seemed like something I would really enjoy, and I was right. So I guess we'll jump into it. We'll talk about it because there's a lot about these I like, and I think the one issue that I do have with them is the issue that's holding me back from considering these one of the best Kickstarters I've gotten. And that's because I think the thing is I don't want to blame them for it because COVID pretty much delayed everything. It's a Kickstarter, but I missed out on the female one, which is the heroine, I believe. But yeah, let's talk about it now. The left one is the Green Titan, which is dope, and then this one is Brown Titan. Now, my Brown Titan is solid, like no issues whatsoever. He is pretty solid. This guy, however, is a loosey goosey. Like I have a lot of issues with him, but I am going to use him for posing so we can talk about both the good and the bad. And same for my Choco Titan. That's what I'm gonna call him, Choco Titan. So if we're talking about the look on these guys, the presentation on this is absolutely phenomenal. And even though I just placed a new battery in, my battery's dying, so let me swap that out very quickly. I'm actually going to apologize for my battery issue because it's been a long-standing issue, and I've bought 2 new batteries, and it seems like, I don't know, hopefully my camera's not dying on me, but now it seems to be getting more serious. So I'm going to try to take proper precaution, and hopefully this will work out. But yeah, this guy right here, dog, yeah, this is nice. But it happens to be somewhat of a wobbly mess, my green one, whereas Choco Titan has preferred to stay strong. But the presentation on this is just utterly fantastic. And while I review these, I'm also going to review the Pro Deluxe accessories that it comes with. But if we're talking about just looks alone, I really like how they presented this sculpt. The veins are everywhere placed up across the body. The articulation is really nice. The head neck situation alone really has me happy for its movement. As you can see here, this is dope. Like the movement on this is really nice. We have only a singular ab crunch, right? So you don't get that deep crunch. You can go forwards. You can move slightly ever so much backwards. As you can see here, we do have a butterfly joint, but this is the kind of part that wears me out, right? With our butterfly joint, it aligns pretty much perfectly. There was no room left for it to move even further forward. I would have liked it to move a little bit forward. I'm not sure what happened in translation there, because, you know, it kind of showed that it could do a little bit more. And maybe I'm wrong, right? But we can go backwards a little bit too. Now, the thing I was saying about my Green Titan is that everything kind of pops off very easily. Now, what I'll say about that is, for posing, that is not fun. But I will say for customizing, that's pretty genius. Especially for customizers who want to be able to take their figure apart very quickly and easily without having anything, because it leaves room for you to be able to paint and do what you need to do. And that is the one critique that I can give it, where I'm like, all right, I can see where this is coming from both sides, so I don't want to place the blame on it, because I don't understand the artist's interpretation of it, because that could be what they were aiming for, or I could have just completely missed it. So I don't want to blame them for that. But as you can see, this Titan literally looks phenomenal. But as you can see here, loosey-goosey. As he falls down a lot. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to switch over to Choco Titan and give him a little bit of love, right? Let's move over to Choco Titan. Looking good, right? So this guy rotates easily. Has a nice rotation here. Looks really good posing up. We talked about our ab crunch, and we can swivel side to side with no problem too. Our legs can go outward this far. We can go forward with a kick forward. We have a nice double joint. We have a super generous ankle pivot, and we have a toe pivot as well. So doing running poses for this guy is going to be dope as hell because everything is kind of placed out really well, right? Let's do a running pose. Right? So not only does he has weight, like he can move really good, pose really good. Like look at this. Like I don't see too many Hulks. I'm sorry, Hulks. I don't see too many big bodies outside of this moving like like an SHF Hulk, which is what I wanted to say. Right? You normally see most import stuff moving like this. Even our sculpts on like the domestic stuff are so nice, right? The sculpt's really nice, but we miss out on some sort of articulation. This can kind of give you the best of both, and I'm really hoping like the loosey goosey part was part of like an artist thing, right? Where it's, you know, you did it so that way customizers can have a much easier time customizing their bodies. Because again, I'm using this strictly as a point to like pose and have a good time and then have it customized later. So this would make perfect sense if that's what they were going for. Another thing I want to talk about is the fact that the amount of bases that you can use this for is dope. One of the first things I thought about was, and rest in peace to Muria, is you can get Zod out of this. You know what I mean? By the way, you do have a swivel here. I forgot to mention that before. But like you can get Zod out of this. You can straight up get Zod. You can get a cool Doomsday. You can get the Mauler twins from Invincible, which somebody mentioned to me earlier and I didn't even think about that. You can get a lot of cool stuff out of this. You can get a Sasquatch. You can get a Wendigo. You can get all sorts of Hulks. You can get your new Abomination. You can get A-Bomb if you wanted to do the Rick Jones Abomination. Like there are tons. Like you can do Armadillo. You can do Rhino. There are tons of things that you can talk about with these and do and customize. That it would just be dope as hell. Like let's say you just wanted to use this as a base body, and you wanted to turn this into mechanical Rhino. You can. You wanted to do. Let's say you wanted to do like Armadillo, one of the D-list villains turned heroes, and then back to a villain. Like there are tons of things and ideas you can go with. You can do a Venomized Joker from this. There's tons of stuff. So the possibilities are strictly endless when it comes to big guys that haven't been done. You can even get a Killer Croc out of this, right? So have a good time for real. You know what? Let's pour out the bag of the accessories. First, I want to do the normal accessories that it came with, and then we'll talk about the Pro Deluxe box accessories that it came with. So let's get to it. All right, Chaco Titan is still in front. Yeah, let's mix it up. Let's use a bit of both. So let's talk about the regular accessories before we jump into the Pro Deluxe ones. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is the fact that he comes with a gigantic Busta Sword. Like this thing is big. Like even next to him, it's bigger than him. This thing is gigantic. And if you put him even next to like the standard Marvel legend, like holding this is utterly ridiculous for a normal human. Not gonna happen. But the Busta Sword was a nice look into it. You will get a hand for holding it. It's going to look like a trigger hand because it is, but it can hold the sword. You'll get two of these. Now, as far as whether or not he can hold the weight of it, let's test that out right now. I'm pretty sure Green Titan can't do it because he has weak knees, right? And I was thinking, like, to kind of complement that, what I'll probably do is use some clear nail polish, right? I'm going to take him off screen so I can pop this hand out. But I was thinking maybe some clear nail polish would do it for me. And I've dropped his head. Let me fix that. So, yeah. We're going to see how this looks right now. And again, I can't paint, so when I take these pictures, it's gonna be literally just how it is. No problem, right? So here he is with Busta Sword laying down, just relaxed, dragging it basically, and holding the weight up. I'm gonna tell you right now, he cannot hold the weight of it, like going forward. It's just too heavy. Because it actually does, it's pretty solid. As you can see, it's weighing him back. So I have to balance him out. Even with that weight, like, just, it's not going to happen. So, yeah, big Busta Sword, that is a plus. But if you ever see a giant Titan-like body holding the Busta Sword, it's probably best you run very, very far. Let's put them back. Let's move them back just a tad bit. Right? You'll also get a cleaver, a kitchen knife cleaver. I like that it's all like painted gray, primed already, just ready for you to paint, like have a good time. So you'll have this. You will get a handgun, a revolver as well too. Revolver's nice. Next up, you'll also get a battle axe. So this is also pretty cool because the Busta Sword would actually go really good with any ogre sized mythic legions. Same for the axe. These will actually go pretty well with those. I'm gonna test that out later when I bring some mythic legions in. And then that is what you get for the regular set. Now, as far as talking about the Pro Deluxe set, you actually get a ton of stuff. Like, it's a nice amount of accessories. So, first things first, you will get shoes to swap in and out. They have toe pivot. I'm pretty sure they'll give you the same articulation as they are shaped the same as the normal feet. So, this is a plus. You have shoes, right? Then you will get open action hands, like open reaching hands. These go on a horizontal peg, left and right. These open action hands look really good. You will get closed fists. As far as, you'll also get choking hands, which is pretty cool. You don't normally see this. So let's try a figure out, like palming a figure. John Walker's hair, so let's do him. And it does grip around, which is pretty cool. So you have those gripping, choking hands. And then you'll actually get lay down, relax, flat hands. Always a plus, right? Now, this is where it gets really cool. You have articulated fingers. So this is pretty cool. So you have an articulated thumb. The joint goes up and down. And you have individually articulated fingers. So everyone's going to do this. I might as well do it now because everybody else is going to do it too. So you can make them flat as well. And let's see about balling them up into a fist to look good. Look pretty good as a fist as well. So you can lay out some flat knuckles as well too. And you do get 2 of these. I just used one as an example, but you do get 2. That's pretty dope. Now you get a lot of head sculpts in the Pro Deluxe packs as well as hair add-ons. You'll notice these little openings even on these guys' heads. So if you want to pop those on, you can. Here is a grinning sculpt. This looks really good. You get your open side mouth. No grit teeth, but almost like he's saying like, come on, come on. I can take you all on. You have another stoic neutral face. Now we have the clench / grit teeth. We'll have the mass face, in case you want to be a mass marauder. Right? Then we have the yelling sculpt. Probably one of the more important sculpts for those of you that are going to make hulks out of this. And then you'll get a nice combination of things. So let's take the grinning head, right? You'll actually get hair sculpts too. So you can just plug these in right up top. So let's push it down. So here we are basically with a Red Hulk lookalike. Or a Bruce Banner lookalike. Then, it's really on there. That plugs in real well. Let's say you didn't want to use that sculpt, but you want to use this hair sculpt. And you want to make a Paul Pelletier Scar Son of Hulk. Or Ultimate Hulk when he was fighting Ultimate Wolverine. He grew out his hair. Or whatever it is you want to do. Right? So you have man bun. Long hair. Grown out. Then you can do this long hair. And for these ones, right, you're going to have to squeeze it in just a little bit. Through that head sculpt. This is your long hair going down the sides. That one's stuck on there. Can't get that out. Then we have the semi-longer hair. Let's try this on the new sculpt. Now this one kind of looks like, if I'm keeping it 100, this one can be your Bruce Jones, Lou Ferrigno lookalike. That semi-long hair. This is classic Hulk hair, right? Then you can also do this swinging hair in the wind. So this, I'm assuming, is going to be like your maestro hair, right? This is 100% closer to your maestro hair. And I don't have it sitting right, so let's change that. Let's use a different head. Let's use the Stoic Hat, right? Well, all the heads are compatible, but I always have trouble with that one for some apparent reason. Just like I'm having trouble now. It's weird. There we go. There we go. Ooh, this can also be a scar head too. This is pretty dope. This looks good. So, let's take a good example. Let's pop this one off. And you'll know that certain hair will hinder articulation in certain ways. But for the most part, it looked pretty good. Ooh, like I said, I'm going to clear nail polish these later. But I do want to show you that these are my issues with it so far. My green one is a hot wobbly mess, but I'm having a good time using it. Oh, that was actually a nice fold out for that backwards articulation. So let's try to fold it out back here a little bit too. Yeah, look at that. So going out, you have that nice flex going outward. That's really nice. I'm hoping that I can get more down the road. I would really like to do more with these, and I would love to see what Maven has else in mind. It'll be really cool. Actually, let's test it out. Nope. See? So yeah, he cannot hold the weight of his blade. But I can't front. I really like these. Despite the fact that I'm having some issues with them from falling apart. I'm hoping I can be able to pose these up really nicely. Give you guys a really good show photo-wise with these. Because they are a lot of fun. I can't front. They look really good. They come with a ton of stuff. I'm just hoping it's not a QC issue with what happened. And they meant to make it easy for customizers. Because as a poser, it's a little frustrating. I won't lie. But again, thank you so much for watching, because now you've made it like, I don't know how long it's into this video because I've yammered on. Let's jump into the size comparison. So I'll see you guys in a second. All right, guys, time for the size comparison. And this is where it gets crazy because there is a lot of stuff to review these guys up against. So if I forget something, I'm sorry, but it's clearly a lot like that you can compare it to. So yeah, I guess I'll do big guys first because I want to get those guys out of the way. First things first. I want to do a Hulk Buster. I use my Mafex one because I always have it out on display, because having die cast on display with cats is just you asking for trouble. So that's what these two look like next to each other. I like the way it looks so far. Not too big, not too small, right around the chest area, looking pretty good. Let's move him out of the way. Next up, we going to, oh, here is Mythic Legion's Quadron. Or is it Shadow one? I can't even remember right now. There's just so much going on. But as you can see, he squares up really nicely with larger Mythic Legions as a Titan-like figure to be big enough. So I really do like how these two look together, right? Let's ever so gently move him out of the way. Next up, we have a Marvel Legends Gamerverse Abomination, which I thought this was really dope. And he stands around the same height, if not a little bit bigger than him. So I do like the fact that he's a little bit bigger. They look good together, right? Next up, we have the Marvel Legends Hulk. I do not have the select one. Can never find it. So as you can see, he is a little bit bigger than our Hulk here. It's pretty cool. So if you want a bigger, leaner Hulk, you got that guy. Next up, we have the SH Figuarts Infinity War Hulk. I chose him because he's a little bit bigger than the Avengers Assemble one. So you can see what you're leaning into here, literally. He's much bigger than our Infinity War one, so you really do know what you're getting size-wise with this, right? Then we have the Marvel Legends Smart Hulk Build-A-Figure, right? And he's still bigger than him too. So as far as a lot of our bigger figures, like, he's bigger than most. Not all of them, but most, right? And like I said, because he is such good customizing potential, I'm going to try to find as many things as you can mix and match with to think about it and do what you want to do, right? Here is Mafek's store, right? He does have the Mandible Studio head sculpt on him. Here is Mafek's Spider-Man, the movie one, in case you want to compare that. In case you want to turn him into like Ultimate Green Goblin or whatever it is that you want to do, or you want to turn him into someone else. Here is a Mezco Supreme Knight Batman, right? As you can see, he is gigantic, standing and towering over all of these dudes. Just move all of these guys out the way. Here is a Marvel Legends Logan from our new House of X style. I'm gonna call him Old Man Logan because that's exactly what he is with this head sculpt. He's having some trouble standing because I've had him in the bin for too long. Then we have a Marvel Legends, an MCU John Walker cap. Right? You can see still tiny next to these dudes. I have this guy in the back posing. I don't know why I did that, but it just looks funny. So I just move him over so you guys can see. Just sitting there posing, flexing. Here is a Mythic Legions 1.0 body. And even these guys, who are normally bigger than everyone else, look tiny next to the Titan. Here is a Articulated Icons Ninja that we're going to show off. So here we are with the Ninja. Then we'll also do another Marvel Legends. Here is Beta Ray Bill. Again, bigger, smaller, doesn't matter. All next to the Titan, they look tiny. Then Lightning Collection. Ooh, Lightning Collection White Ranger. Right? Here's a Marvel Legends Sabertooth. Oh, this one will be a good one, right? So here is my Berserk Guts. And I chose him because, like I said, I mentioned earlier, in case you wanted to turn him into Zod, right? I think that's a really nice height comparison for you to try out for those two. So let's move these two out of the way. Who is left that I could choose from? Oh, here is Mezco Black Mass, in case you wanted to turn him into Killer Croc or someone else. Or even if you want to just be your own creation, here's another Mezco. There's Mezco Gomez. Again, bigger body, looking crazy cool. Hey, oh, you know what? Here we are with an Shf Captain America, in case you wanted to see what it looks like with some smaller ones. That also has the Mandible Studio head sculpt. But yeah, all these comparisons, and it's still like, yo, everybody's tiny compared to them, just straight up, right? If I used, I'll probably use him for photos, which I'm going to. Here's Kuga, last but not least. But I think Death Adder is going to like stand much bigger than them. And I'll try out some other stuff in photos. But right now, I literally dug out as much things as I could think of, so you could just see just how big these guys are. Again, I like them a lot. I just really wish that they were not a wobbly mess. There's a lot of articulation there, a lot of opportunity. And if you back this Kickstarter, I think for the most part, you'll be mostly happy with what you get as far as a structure on these figures, which is pretty dope. Hopefully we'll see what else they come out with. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this super long video. I hope it was super duper informative. And as always, please be good, do good, drink your water, guys. Later.